Hey guys, welcome or welcome back. If you're new here, I'm Jamie, and this will be a reading for Cancer, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. If you're completely new to tarot, there are some rules. We'll start off with the fact that not every reading that lists your sun sign is going to resonate with your life. Just discard it if it's not for you. And you can also pretty much disregard gender. It's only going to be right about 50% of the time. So if I pull a king, queen, emperor, or an empress, it just really doesn't matter what the sex or gender is on the card. The card is meant to describe a personality. You'll definitely know what we're talking about. Sometimes cross-watchers pop into these readings and they get their feelings hurt. That's not my problem. It's not your reading. I don't know what else to say. So if you get offended and you come in the comments, that's cool, but I won't coddle you there. If you'd like to book a private personal, the information is in the description of the video. I also offer a membership. So if you're interested in that, you can hit the join button and check out all the perks. Yeah, give me a spread for Cancer. Messy. Okay, so we have Hero's Journey. I am the hero of my story. My life is an ongoing adventure of growth and courage. I am victorious. We have screenshot or getting evidence, proof, or facts. You are good enough, full moon in Virgo. Calling in your soulmate, and we have passive aggressive. Avoids conflict, indirectly conveys negative emotions instead of openly communicating. So we have the King of Pentacles in the overall energy. The Two of Swords, the World, the Fool, Aquarius energy. And that's a lot like the Hero's Journey. So I would double the Aquarian energy there. The Three of Wands, the Two of Cups, the Eight of Wands. At the bottom of the deck, the Knight of Wands. I feel like you're kind of being called out here. Somebody's being called out here. The problem is, I think that this is somebody who doesn't want to be called out here. They kind of... Somebody's, like... I want to say... insecure. And when I say this, I feel like there's maybe a little bit of game playing going on here. I feel like there's a person here that you've kind of decided that you were going to cut off. Maybe kind of go do your own thing here, you know? But that was more of an act, because I feel like somehow, despite the fact that you've decided that you're cutting someone off and you're going to leave them alone, you're waiting for them to contact you. And you're doing this to, I guess, find evidence about whether or not somebody really does give a shit, or if they really do want you. There's something here that somebody... maybe they don't see it as a game, because I'm reading it like it is, but like somebody's not seeing this like they're playing games with someone else. It's like something happened and they felt like in the moment they should cut someone off. Maybe someone's used to this. Maybe I'm reading in the reverse, but I think that somebody is used to people playing games with them, right? Like, instead of just telling someone what you want or how you feel, just kind of like when somebody's not getting to a point that you want them to, it's kind of time to just cut them off and go the opposite way. And if they bother you, then you know that they do like you. It's a really weird thing to do. It's like, instead of just generally like asking somebody something, I don't know. I just feel like there's some type of like extreme game playing here, and maybe someone's not actually that conscious that this is what they're doing. It would be like, I start talking to someone, could be a Virgo here, could definitely be an Aquarius, right? Big Virgo energy on this. And I like this person, I like them. They have their shit together and I want to be with them. But they don't just get into a relationship with me. They don't just ask me, or give me some type of title or some type of direction. So I just decide, I'm out of here. They're not giving me what I want. They don't really like me. And if they do, they'll chase me. It's like avoiding one type of conflict, which would be, like, I don't know, like some type of fear of rejection, maybe, that if you were just to ask a person, like, what you are, and they didn't really direct that in a way that you felt like you should, that you should just kind of like bug out and fuck off and they can chase you, There's something weird about that energy, though. Like, if you were to think about that in the reverse, because if this is you, if somebody really thought that, because like, especially for a Cancer, that's game over. I mean, literally, that's like, that would be like if somebody just didn't really tell me what the hell they were thinking or feeling, and they just decided they weren't going to talk to me, and I see them out here just having the time of their life, and it's fuck me. Bitch, we're never going to talk again. So it's not really a safe game to play, because I could have liked you, but maybe I also am insecure and didn't want to just jump into something or just come at you, There's something really unhealthy, though, about the way that somebody kind of like perceives who they are and, like what someone else is supposed to do to come get them. It's actually pretty toxic. Now, maybe you've had past relationships where this was the way to go. Like, in order to get somebody's attention, sometimes they have to know what they would be losing. Maybe there's an old cycle here that you feel like you've closed out, like there's an ex that you got over or something, but there's a cycle that you haven't closed out. You still are showing up behaviorally like you're with that person, like you got to play games for their attention, or that there should be some type of game going on where somebody's chasing somebody, and it's insecure. And what's crazy here is I think that whoever I'm speaking to is covering up this insecurity in a way where they try to make it look like they're secure. Like, fuck that. If this shit's not going where I want it to, then I'm out of here. I don't need nobody. but then sitting around quietly waiting for someone to speak up, tell you how they feel, chase you around. This is how you create really inconsistent on and off relationships. Or that's what you're looking for, like and again, it could be in the reverse. Maybe somebody's trying to kind of come back in after deciding they were just cutting you off because you didn't want to be in a position they asked. Whichever way it goes, it's a fucking game, And it's almost like someone's first reaction wasn't actually like, I don't know how to explain. Somebody just kind of discarding somebody, because we're going to call that what it is, to see what they would do with that. That's a dangerous game to play, especially with somebody who's secure. And the King of Pentacles is a secure person, so good luck. I don't... Tell me more about this. The Moon, Pisces energy, the Six of Wands, the Queen of Wands, the Four of Swords, Seven of Swords. She's a runner. She's a track star. It's the Queen of Wands. I think there's a problem here with somebody, and it really, a deep problem when it comes to confidence. There's a fear of rejection. It's like an ego thing. And then there's almost like this maladaptive tendency to give to somebody else what it is that you're fearing. I don't know. There's somebody here doesn't do shit right, but the problem is they might not think that they're doing something wrong here. You know what I mean? It's like, I don't know, why I can't find a good person. Bitch, you're not even giving somebody a chance to be a good fucking person. You're like, somebody here is like, I'm just keeping it real, because somebody is looking for love, but they're just not doing shit the right way. That shit you had in the past wasn't love, right? That's why we had to leave somebody alone. So then we meet somebody new, and we try to bring that old ass pattern back into something that's fresh. Do we want to repeat? What's really interesting is I think that somebody here, they may think they're healed. You know what I mean? And I've been victim of this before too, where I thought I was way more fucking healed than I was. But the truth is, I got to a level of healing where my confidence was back, and then the rest of it I had to just kind of make it up, right? Somebody kind of wants to show up like this. And it's not that they don't think that they're physically attractive, it's just that they are insecure, feeling like they're actually not good enough to really pull like a solid relationship with somebody, and they're almost like covering it up though. And that shit, I'm going to be real, is unattractive. It's just, like this is hot mess shit. You can put on a pretty red dress, a 3-piece suit, and still be a hot fucking mess, and it's not about what it looks like, it's about what it feels like. And the truth is, somebody is wildly insecure. Before somebody can reject them, they'll reject them. Before somebody can push them away, they'll push them away. These are maladaptive behaviors, though. They're not actually helping anything. And when you really think back, the only time that this type of energy was working with anybody was with people that were just as insecure and just as broken. They probably looked good doing it too, right? I have definitely met me some pretty ass hoes that were broken. Broken. I'm not really saying hoe, but I'm saying like, I couldn't have anything serious with the person. They like wouldn't even let me really get to know them to take them seriously. They just were pretty. Thanks for being here and being pretty. That's it. Like, it's not enough though. If somebody thinks it is, it's not. You have to you have to show up a whole ass person. That's not what's happening here. So I don't know who I hope I'm not hurting anybody's feelings with this, but somebody, they gotta get it together emotionally here. I mean, what would happen if you did ask a person and they just said straight up, I don't really want anything? Would you fall apart? Because it kind of looks like that's bound to happen if somebody doesn't hit you up. That's a direct hit to your self-esteem, right? It's really weird. If somebody rejects you, then you get a clear fucking answer and you get to just move on from a person. You know what I mean? There's no questions to be asked. Nobody has to chase nobody around. You know what I mean? You already know what it is. But doing this is not going to prove that somebody likes you. It's going to prove that somebody doesn't fucking respect themselves and will chase somebody who clearly, clearly kind of wants that. That is the beginning. This is how you attract toxic people, right? And I'm a Cancer too, and I don't know who I'm reading for, the cross watcher or actually a Cancer here, maybe a good mix of both. I'm a secure person. I didn't used to be. That's when the toxic ass relationships were going on. Today, somebody hit me with this shit, like I said, you would never hear from me again. And anybody who did come back around after some shit like that, they're with the toxic games and the toxic bullshit, So it's like, what are you actually looking for here? When you've done this in the past and somebody did chase you, did that actually mean that you were good enough for them? Did that actually mean that they loved you? Absolutely fucking not. It meant that you were about to allow them back in after some bullshit. That's it. What are you trying to attract here? What's the advice? My goodness. I feel like I'm really lecturing somebody. Maybe they're young. Maybe who I'm reading for is actually young. Like I could be your mama. Or maybe somebody just really hasn't woken up to this. Maybe they grew up in a household where that kind of was the relationship dynamic. Some kind of runner-chaser type shit. Or, yeah, I don't know. Just something maybe a little toxic. Yikes. The cards are not even being nice. Like, honestly, they're not. So, somebody really, really has to hear this, though. Like, there's some type of, like... really, like, some type of delusion around love. But the way you think about love. Because this is swords. There's still some pain here that you haven't worked out yet. And it really is, I think, confusing how you're viewing other people. You see, because like here, I'm looking at a situation where it's like, I'm not seeing someone clearly. Maybe this is a person who really does like long-term committed relationships in this, so they don't just jump into things. They're not pushing things forward. They're not one to just push it. They may take their time and want to see where things are going. They want something solid. And they're going to show up solid, But nobody's showing up the Queen of Pentacles, so like they're showing up the Queen of Wands, so whoever's in the Queen of Wands here, the other person is not looking at this behavior style as somebody who wants to be chased. They're looking at this person as somebody who's just like maybe promiscuous, doesn't want anything serious. Like they're not acting like they want something serious. There's like literally some delusion around like the way that you think about love and how a person should be showing you love. Like if somebody were to chase you after you told them you didn't want anything to do with them anymore, that's not a respectful person. You're not viewing somebody correctly here. I kind of feel sad. I feel like somebody almost like has never actually like experienced or like really seen love in their life. You know what I mean? Like I want to hug somebody because it's like not really their fault that they see things this way. They just like weren't given the opportunity to like have a true like understanding of like love and what that really looks like. Their understanding of love would be somebody who would chase them to the ends of the earth and just make them feel pretty. That's actually not enough, baby. That's fucking bare minimum shit. You just that's like really, that is bare minimum. Like that's like high school shit. You got to watch your behavior and see what you're attracting though here. Somebody is really not putting those two together, you know? There's an old cycle that you need to relate back to where you just jumped into something and it was like bing, bong, 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 bong all the time, just all the time. That's not what you want, right? But these types of games, they attract that type of person. But you know what they do? They push away good people. They definitely do. Sometimes it pays to be direct. If you start to get confused, you don't have to run. You can just ask a question. This is going to hurt the same in the end, right? Like, it's still going to be the same answer if you make it that way, but I think you should give someone an opportunity sometimes to actually tell you what it is. But the little games, it's not going to attract anything good, ever. Okay, bye.